Welcome to the most honest NFL Power Rankings for Week 4. I am Brandon Perna, master of curses. Nothing else. Nothing else. Every single team that I have placed at the number one curse spot has tasted the wrath of the curse and lost. Oh, and they have lost hard. I got the Cowboys last week. I'm sorry, Dallas. Not. The Ravens were cursed by the wheel last week and they lost to the Colts. So today I will reveal my top 11 teams, the teams I have in heaven and in purgatory and in hell. And at the end, I will spin this little wheel and see if it can improve to 3-1. Power Rankings. What's this? Just the thing I've been working on for the last 9 months, the Fuck the Refs blend of my coffee. Benchwarmerbrew.com, that's where you can get the Fuck the Refs blend. It's a dark roast. Bold Ethiopian beans, rich, robust flavor with subtle hints of, you know what, just buy it because it's funny. It's really good coffee. And we have all been screwed by the refs. So now we've got a cure. Let's begin in HE double hockey sticks, which is reserved for the teams that have made me angry or let me down, and I'm starting with the Commanders. The Bills made you look like a high school team, Washington, and just a week prior, you, as a high school team, not only beat my Broncos, but denied them of a win after a Hail Mary. The 70-20 loss to the Dolphins was enough, but your performance against Buffalo was indeed the salt in my football wound. Have fun in hell. The Cowboys are in hell. Not because I really want you here, but you did it to yourself. The first 2 weeks of the season. In terms of Cowboys, you were Kevin Costner from Yellowstone, that's right. That defense swinging that big hat around like you owned the place, and last week in the desert, you were Pauly Shore in the movie Son-in-Law. I hope you guys get that reference. Also in hell, any normal-sized man standing next to Darnell Washington. Then we've got Purgatory. I think this is where the Jets live right now. I tried to put you in heaven to save Zach Wilson, but it's a rough look when the only quarterback to ever win you a Super Bowl comes out and just rips him publicly.
I didn't take anything positive out of it yesterday. It was awful. You quit on a play. What is going on? It's disgusting.
The Bengals are also here. Joe Burrow, obviously injured, but he's averaging just 4.7 yards per attempt. This is Joe Burrow, and now he's entering Derek Anderson and JP Lossman territory. I'm scared for you, Cincy. And in the healing light of heaven, the glowing warmth of an angel's vagine, I'm actually putting the Chargers, okay? Yep, I'm doing it. I need one AFC West team to beat the Chiefs. And after seeing you guys lose Mike Williams to injury, you need some healing. This heavenly mist applies to Austin Eckler as well. Justin Herbert remains the only QB in the NFL to not turn the ball over this season, which is a crazy stat considering he's thrown the ball an average of 40 times through the first 3 weeks. Not as crazy as LA having a losing record while he's that safe with the football, but crazy like I just had one too many shots crazy. No offense to Rod Taylor. Number 11.
We need that extra push over the cliff. You know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly.
The Packers, you fell out. And someone from the AFC North. The Steelers, the Browns, the Ravens, they're all the same team to me right now. All 2-1. Deshaun Watson suddenly looks good, so my gut says the Browns are the best team, but they did not run the ball well without Nick Chubb. Just 78 yards, but maybe that's just the Titans front. TJ Watt's having a career year so far, 6 sacks and a TD. But is the Steelers offense actually going to slowly improve? I don't know. The Browns defense has only given up 1 touchdown this season with 39 tries from opposing offenses. That's insane. If Watson has indeed turned the corner, and I think he might have, they're going to jump high in the rankings next week if they beat the Ravens on Sunday. Just 10.7 points per game allowed by the Browns defense, which is the best in the league. Number 7? What? Number 10, the Colts. The only team to emerge from the AFC South with a winning record, and you did it without your starting QB. I thought Indy would have the worst rushing attack in the league without Jonathan Taylor, but you're like 12th, so good. And I want to talk more about things I like in Indy, but instead, here's Jim Irsay talking about that dead whale he tried to spend $20 million to save.
I loved whales as a kid, and the thing I loved about them was their majestic power and strength, the biggest, the strongest in the world, yet so gentle and so wise.
Number 9, the Falcons. Now, I think the Falcons are a solid team that just doesn't have a quarterback. Unfortunately, I think Desmond Riddler is holding this team back. Yeah, I call him Desmond Riddler because it's puzzling why they didn't try to upgrade at the QB position given the amount of talent they have on offense. We're officially on Taylor Heineke watch in Hotlanta. Or is it Matt Ryan watch? He hinted he wants back in the NFL. He's been rumored to the Jets, but dear Lord, would I love to see him in Atlanta again. That's not as crazy as seeing Atlanta with the top 10 defense and points allowed. Sad that couldn't happen once while Matt Ryan was there. Number 8, the Seahawks. Everyone needs a Geno Smith in their life.
Hey, look, whatever happened, it's on me. It ain't never on you. And you got to get the ball, so I got to find you, all right? But I need you to give me your best this second half, all right?
We're all gonna mess up, and you need to have someone who has your back to tell you they still believe in you. It's a necessity. If you can be that person for someone else, do it. If you can't, then trade the most valuable person in your life to the Broncos and sign you a Geno fucking Smith. Number 7, I've got the Lions. He probably won't get it because of his position, but Sam Laporta should be in conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year through 3 weeks. He's not just the leading rookie tight end, he's leading all tight ends in yardage with 186, and he broke Keith Jackson's record for most receptions by a tight end in their first 3 games. Meanwhile, Brian Branch, who is the whole tree, is one of the best rookie defenders out there outside of maybe Jalen Carter, breaking up a few crucial passes against the Falcons with C.J. Gardner-Johnson sidelined. He's handled the bigger role for Dan Campbell and proved that Tom Grossi should be very fucking upset the Packers didn't draft him. Don't forget to check out Tom's power rankings, and we compare on Friday. Number 6, it's the Lions again. Yep, the Lions also occupy the number 6 slot in my power rankings, and while that puts them at a 10% greater risk of being cursed, I think they've earned 6 and 7. Aiden Hutchinson has been a monster this year. His 19 QB pressures are in a 3-way with Max Crosby and TJ Watt, or as I call it, the Milky Way. Jared Goff is averaging 8 yards per attempt, and you know, okay, on second thought, I'm actually going to put CJ Stroud here at 6. Not the Texans, even though Andrew Beck's kickoff return was my favorite play of the season.
He's a fullback!
Just Stroud, just CJ. I believe Stroud is already the greatest Ohio State quarterback to ever play in the NFL, and yeah, I'm actually counting Joe Burrow. Stroud's playing well for a rookie. But what's wild, what's batshit crazy is the Texans have 5 offensive linemen on IR and Laramie Tunsil has been out for 2 weeks. And they have not been able to run the ball well. 5th worst in the league, actually. They haven't run the ball for shit. There's no reason Stroud should be playing this well right now, other than the fact that he might be pretty damn good. CJ Stroud, most pass attempts in his first 3 starts without a pick. That's 121 passes. CJ has 906 passing yards on the season, 3rd most by a rookie through 3 games, trailing only Justin Herbert and Cam Newton, which is great company to be in, especially if you never want to win a Super Bowl. Also at number 6, my coffee. Why not just throw that in there? Did I mention that I've got the Fuck the Refs blend of coffee at BenchwarmerBrew.com? Number 5, I've got Taylor Swift. The Chiefs had the 2nd biggest margin of victory this week. Played damn near perfect, but Taylor Swift, that's the only name I heard when talking about the Chiefs.
Shake it off, yeah, I like that.
Stop me if you heard this. She was in the box next to Travis Kelce's mom. Look, I love the Kelce brothers. I love their podcast. I have no ill feelings about Taylor Swift. But if there were 2 people who don't need any more publicity right now, it's them. Still, Kelce's jersey sales have gone up by 400%, and he's gained about 300,000 new social media followers. Which means I am 100% sure the NFL is going to start encouraging their players to date celebrities. Jersey sales up 400%, the NFL loves money. And here are some dates I want to see. Alex Singleton and Doja Cat, Zach Wilson and Marissa Tomei, McCorkle Jones and Lauren Boebert, Jalen Hurts and John Hamm. Gives a whole new meaning to the tush push, doesn't it? And Aaron Rodgers and the mummified aliens that were unveiled by the Mexican government. Really, that's the only thing left that Aaron Rodgers could do that would surprise me. Number 4, I've got the Eagles. Now, the Buccaneers defense, pretty dang good, and Jalen Hurts still managed to throw his 12th touchdown pass of 25 or more yards, which is the most since the start of last season. Philly's offense is fun because they run, and then hit the deep shots. So many NFL offenses use the short passing game as their running game, and I love that Philly doesn't do that. Jalen Carter leads all interior defenders in QB pressures, and he's played on about 30 to 60 fewer snaps than the rest of the guys in the group. He might be one of the most dominant players per snap right now in the NFL. Philly gashed the Bucs with 201 rushing yards on Monday night. That's their 11th 200 whopper since 2021, 4 more than any other team, and since Denver let Miami rush for over 350 on them, the Eagles technically have the second best rushing attack in the league right now. Number 3, the Bills. After blowing a very winnable game against Zach Wilson, the Bills have bounced back nicely and defeated their last 2 opponents by a combined 56 points. And although the Dolphins might laugh at that number, their Week 4 matchup coming up this week in Miami against Miami will determine who really is the top dog in the AFC East. The Bills' defense was a huge question mark, and it'll certainly be tested on Sunday, but they've only allowed 2 offensive touchdowns all season, albeit against pretty shaky competition. Buffalo is 7th in rushing yards per game, and they will need to lean on that to slow down Miami. Or simply tackle. Just tackle Buffalo. If you don't miss 24 tackles, you won't allow 70 points. And I respect all the members of Bills Mafia reaching out to me saying Buffalo will avenge me. I hold you to it, Buffalo. I hold you to it. Number 2, yeah, no surprise, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. He's been a monster this year, averaging nearly 6 yards per carry, while their defense is giving up just 14 points per game. Javon Hargrave has been worth every penny they spent on him in free agency. 13 pressures from the interior. Kind of an unsung hero as to why their D is really good right now. This team has George Kittle, and they barely even need to use him as a receiver. It's so goddamn wasteful when you think about it. Drake Jackson has emerged in his second year with 3 sacks through the first 3 games of the season, and with Nick Bosa on the other side, I can confidently say the NFC West offensive lines are effectively fucked. I need an NFC Championship game rematch against the Eagles with the game on the line and the ball at the 1-yard line to see who wins that tush push, because I think the 49ers might be the only team on earth that stands a chance right now. And coming in at number 1.5, the Cardinals. Oh, what did you do, Brandon? Well, you can't be cursed, Arizona, so you're welcome. You beat the Cowboys, last week's number 1 team. America loves you right now, Arizona. You beat Dallas despite this. Despite this.
Do you have fire in your gut?
Despite not having Buda Baker, and despite not even offering the jersey of your starting quarterback. But 3 weeks in, and I'm sold, Arizona. You do indeed have that fire in your belly, and unlike me, it's not a stress ulcer. And I'll be billing you for that ulcer, Sean Payton. And at number 1 alone, the Dolphins. The dumb stats from your 70-20 throttling keep trickling into the interwebs. The 70 points Miami scored in one day is more points than 18 other teams have combined for all season. The Jets, all the way down at just 42 points on the year through 3 games, and fittingly to the Broncos at 69. Not nice. Just seeing Miami's 130 points on the season total, a full 39 points ahead of the Bills at spot 2 is ridiculous. Quietly though, Vic Fangio is turning Rip Van Ginkel into a nasty jack-of-all-trades player. A coverage linebacker who plays the edge sometimes. It's Fangio's wet dream defender. Van Gink and Bradley Chubb have 2 of the highest coverage grades in the league right now for backers.
When I retire, bro, I really want to be a porn star though, bro. Like, dead serious. Like, you think I got that?
Which begs the question, who should his first scene be with? I say Johnny Sins. Anyway, let's spin the curse wheel. I hope it doesn't affect the Dolphins. I really don't. If I had to give up 70 to a team, I'm actually okay with it being Mike McDaniel and Tua. I like those guys. Who we cursing? Who we cursing? Who we cursing? The 49ers? You've tried to curse the 49ers once, and it didn't work. It was your only loss. That is ballsy. That's pretty fucking ballsy. Let's see if it pays off. Don't forget, F the reps over at BenchwarmerBrew.com.
No?
Nah, I mean, just do whatever you want, bro.
Subscribe, watch, whatever. Live it, dream it, love it. Snuff it, sniff it, whip it. Shit on it, fart on it.